So, yeah, all the Lightning's talk I've done was always about doing something different or a bit outside Silverstripe sometimes. And this one is again about this. I don't know, maybe I like to watch what's also possible. So it's just I call it elevator pitch, just an idea, and yeah, hopefully it brings someone of you to think about, maybe to use it. So the question is, why using PHP templates? What are PHP templates? So it's just using PHP as a template language, which is quite possible to do because these are the origins of PHP. So you have everything on board which you need for that. And the question is, why should I use it in Silverstripe? Because we have a template engine. And yes, we have, and I like it. And you can do great things with it. But there are some limitations. One, which is very important for me, example, is like the IDE auto-completion, which is not a problem of the Silverstripe templates itself. It's more like a plugin support. And you are somehow limited in the templates, what you are able to do. So you're not allowed to program for good and the bad. Yes. And what I think also is a good point for using PHP as template language is anyone who knows PHP knows how to work with it. So how would it look? Okay, we have here again a bare installation of Silverstripe. So when we think, okay, let's use another render engine, how can we? What's the easiest way to do? Yes? You mean another theme? It's very dark, huh? No, I have to go to the settings, right? Yeah. I'm not prepared for that. Appearance? Yeah, looks better. Ah, yeah. Oh, actually looks good. Maybe I keep it. So the easiest way would be to just hook in the action and just use a custom render engine. Okay, a render engine is said too much, but just do some finding the PHP template and stuff, and ignore the caching. I tested for caching, but it was not faster, not measurable faster. So what does it look in the end? That's the interesting part. So that's how I try to organize it. So you have the regular templates in the template folder, and I called it views. And for the naming, I used that it's just the controller name with template after it so that you can distinguish it from the models. So it's just a naming thing. And so let's see. We'll get an error because, yes. So, yes, there it is. That's the same page rendered in PHP. And how does it look? As you can see, it's just bare PHP with some global functions so that you don't have to begin from the start, because you need always to ensure that you have an escaped output when you work like this. Otherwise, for example, if you have content which contains tags, it will mess up your your DOM and so on. So these were some decisions I made. And if you use this, it's a global function which returns the controller and a helper around it. And the helper does something which is necessary to use the Silverstripe built-in for template, so that you can use this functionality which is already built in every data object and controller. And yeah, this is where you start, and that's how it looks. And one of the main things which I point out earlier is that you have auto-completion, yeah? And you can but of course there are some downsides. So you have, because you're very running on the bare templating, so you have to take care of escaping and consider that. Even the if checks are a bit tricky because you always have an object. So there's nothing like, if nothing is, it's because of the nature of that you have to use a helper function so that you can work with the for template stuff from Silverstripe. So this is the ugly part. And of course you need some, what I did here, it's global functions. You can hate it or love it. So yeah, but why should you use it? Yeah, as we have learned, maybe the next version of Silverstripe will allow to take other template engines. And what I like the most is of using some basic stuff which is already there, is that you have a good support in the future. Yeah, because if you're using PHP as raw templating, it's very maintainable. This is more like a philosophical issue. It's not technical. So, what are your thoughts on that? Any questions? Actually, that was it. This was my lightning talk.
Thank you, Philipp. Any questions? I think everyone's quite tired already.
That's okay.
Any comment? No? All right. Big round of applause for Philipp one more time.